Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about Neptune transiting the 11th house in a natal chart. Now, on average, Neptune will traverse a house for approximately 14 years. However, if your house size is a little bit larger than average, then Neptune will be in there for a little bit of a longer duration. If your house size is a little bit smaller than average, then Neptune will be in there for a little bit of a shorter period. Well, anyway, people, the first thing I say when Neptune transits one's natal 11th house, this could bring about some confusion regarding friends, some ambiguity with friends and acquaintances, perhaps. It could be a time where you might not always attract the friends that really are going to be beneficial to you. It could be friends that might be using recreational drugs. They might be involved in alcohol strongly. It could be ones that might be there just really, I don't say use you, but maybe really need you more than you need them. And really, it's really a time when you have this transit to be cognizant of this. And also Neptune could be about dissipation and dissolution, and really you might find your friendships maybe dissipating to some degree. I'm going through this transit right now, and friendships that I had consistent communications with, a lot of them have just magically dissipated into thin air. Perhaps it was funny, I was talking with someone on social media on Facebook at one point, and I had written her back like 8 months ago and still had not heard from her. So that kind of epitomizes what's happening with me during this transit. It's almost like people just inexplicably have dissipated into thin air, a lot of my friends. So anyway, another thing is that it's important to remember now during this transit, now the 11th house is also about our goals and our aspirations. So during this transit, you might have some ambivalence, ambiguity, some confusion about your goals and your aspirations. And your aspirations, though, may consist of something Neptunian, something like chemistry, maybe pharmaceutical work, something connected with water like boating, oceanography, something with the metaphysical, such as astrology. These are some things to consider during this transit, or even something, even working as a magician, special effects. Those are some other possibilities too, perhaps during this transit. And the thing is, during this transit, you might have a lot of self-sacrifice connected with your friendships, and you might be doing perhaps a lot for them and not really getting a lot in terms of reciprocation back from them. Now, it could be also, when you look at this 11th house, can also, I believe, the 11th house is connected with stepchildren. And during this time, maybe stepchildren might be, there is a danger, I think, in some cases, though not many. I think the propensity increases of a stepchild perhaps becoming involved with recreational drugs or strongly connected with alcohol during this time, because Neptune does rule those things, and 11th house does govern stepchildren. So if this person, if you have a stepchild that is a social drinker, just be careful. It might be, there's a little stronger propensity for escalation as far as that goes during this transit as opposed to many others. So just something to consider. But anyway, also I look at the 11th house, and this is like, could be connected with innovation, because the 11th house is corresponds with the sign Aquarius. And during this time, you might have a period where your imagination, the imagination side, which is Neptune, may combine with innovation, which is 11th house. And it may be a period where you might have some ingenious ideas, but make sure that they're realistic and not like for instance, that dog. There was like a robot dog in a commercial. I don't know how many of you have seen it, and when it took a drink out of some water, it short-circuited. So it's good to have ideas, have a plethora of them, but make sure that these ideas are realistic. Now, during this time too, you might not really your aspirations, your goals, where you want to be. They might be somewhat nebulous during this period, and it's just a time where you might have difficulty finding direction of where you want to be in life. And as I stated before, I'm having this transit right now, so I can completely empathize with this. And it's also falling in my intercepted 11th house, mind you, in the sign of Pisces. So I'm getting that double whammy of confusion galore during this time, and that would be a vast understatement. Now, at the same time, it could be possible that maybe your aspirations could be tied in to astrology during this time, to the metaphysical, to something spiritual. It might be a time where you show a lot of self-sacrifice to humanitarian endeavors and things connected with humanitarianism. Well, anyway, it's also important to look at the aspects, if any, that are made from this transit to your natal planets and points in your chart, as this could impact the transit. Now, let's say, for example, that transiting Neptune is making a conjunction to your natal sun. Well, during this time, you might feel somewhat lethargic, sluggish, and lackadaisical, and you might be confused about what you want to do. And being in the 11th house, this could be tied in to your goals, aspirations, and maybe even groups and organizations you may be involved with or want to be involved with. So let's take another example. Let's say that transiting Neptune is making a sextile or trine to your natal moon. Well, this could indicate during this time perhaps it may be beneficial for combining imagination with your emotional needs. And being in the 11th house, this could be connected perhaps with some kind of group involvement and endeavor or something, or some organization and things you may want to do with friends. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for Neptune transiting the 11th house in a natal chart. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about Neptune transiting the 12th house in a natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.